Welcome to the Journey Behind the Success Leadership Edition. This podcast is where we look beyond the titles, the accolades, and highlight reels just to uncover the real stories that have shaped today's most impactful leaders. I'm your host, Rodrina Bush, and each time I'm going to sit down with individuals who have walked a path. This path has been marked by purpose, pressure, resilience, and even revelation. Here we explore the moments that have tested them, the lessons that have transformed them, and the truths that continue to guide their leadership even today. This is where authenticity meets wisdom, and where success is defined not just by what they have been able to achieve, but by who they become along the way. So let's dive into the journey. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us today for this episode. We're so happy to have this power couple here with us today, Randy and Demi Howell. There's some very prominent people that are right here in our local community, and we wanted to invite them on and sit and have a conversation with them today. Our session today is called The Journey Behind the Success, and they're going to tell us a lot about how they've journeyed, how they've endured, and the resilience behind everything that they've done. And so I just want to welcome y'all today.
Hi, how you doing? Thanks for having us.
We're so honored.
Yes,
So honored.
yes. So this is our family, y'all. They just family to me.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But I want to jump in. I want to start first by just talking a little bit about who you are, what you're doing right now. I know both of y'all have a lot of things going on. So just tell our audience a little bit about what you have going on right now.
Okay. No. Oh, you go first. You go first.
Well, Randy G, that's what they call me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, for my fun, I'm a chef.
Yeah.
My brand is called Hoodish, and it's just based off of my life. I grew up in the hood, and I realized that, what you had to have, you can elevate and turn into something special.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. And that's kind of like how I live my life. What you had to do is not what you have to do.
Okay.
And that leads to me as a truth concierge. Many will look at me as a life coach, but I'm a truth concierge because I believe that until you're living in your truth, you cannot have a fulfilled life.
Yeah.
And so what you do is you take that old stuff from your story, you elevate. You put in some changes, you manifest that change, and you live something new. So when you see the truth concierge, you're going to come in looking one way, but you're going to leave golden.
Okay. I like that. Gonna leave golden. Okay.
Stay at home. It's all good. I love it. I'm his biggest fan, y'all. Y'all already know.
Yes, I love it.
So I am Demi Howell, and I have been in the beauty industry for literally almost all my life since I was 13 years old. Retired from behind the chair.
Yeah.
Many awards, many accolades, makeup line, clothing line, hair care line, and currently what I am doing, I just launched a lifestyle brand called the Softballs.
Yes.
Something that I had really been working on for many, many years. It came to me in a moment, in an aha moment, actually, probably like me and Randy were in our prime. We were working, grinding 20, 30, 40 heads a day.
Yeah.
Had daughters 2 years back to back, had them both on Mondays and back to work on Friday. And I never went on vacation. Never went on vacation. So we go on this vacation, and I'm excited to go on vacation. My daughters are excited to go on vacation. But when we get there, we get settled in, we get to the water park, I see all the moms connecting with their daughters. And I could not connect. And the pit of my stomach just dropped. Like I just felt, I can't even describe the feeling that I felt. And I just weeped at the water park.
Wow.
The girls didn't know, but Randy knew. I told him what was going on. And that was the pivotal moment. That's when I knew that I had to pivot out of what I was doing. Even though I was making the money, I was tired.
Yeah.
I was just,
I know about that.
I was exhausted. But at the time, I was a linchpin in what I did, and everybody was depending on me. And I was kind of like the breadwinner, and Randy kind of jumped in I would say, Mr. Momo because
Okay.
I worked a lot.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of like when the ideal of the soft boss brand came into play because I was a boss.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Once a boss, I was a boss, but you can be soft too.
Yeah.
But it didn't have that grit. It just didn't have it. Even though I knew so many women entrepreneurs that dealt with mom guilt, they were tired. They were tired of wearing the cape.
Right.
It wasn't until my diagnosis that it was actually birth.
Wow.
So
wow.
soft boss is kind of like my number one thing. You know, I am retired from behind the chair, but I'm always going to be in the beauty space because I love all things beauty. You know, I love the hair, I love the makeup. I just don't lead with it now.
Yeah. And if y'all hadn't gone to her website, I mean, I just took and I know them, but I know them on a different level.
Yeah.
Let's just say it that way. And so I didn't know what all this girl did, right? Yeah. So I went to the website, y'all, and I looked at all this stuff. Her face is on everything.
I know I didn't even talk about unimaginable.
I know you don't, but you need to. You ain't going to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. So if you hadn't gone to their website, you need to go to it. And what is the website?
DemiHowell.com.
DemiHowell.com. Yes. And you'll see on there it says Demi Howell and Company. Please explore the whole page because you will really learn something about it. But I mean, it just gives you an appreciation about the things that you've been able to accomplish and then how you're still so down to earth. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So with that first question, you kind of went into it. So let's talk about the hidden beginning. Okay. So when people see your success today, they see the polished version of y'all. You know, what y'all are representing, walking out as a cute little couple coming in, y'all be dressed alike and all that. But then give me one pivotal moment. You already gave me one for your personal, but that shaped you, who you are today as individuals as well as a couple. So you kind of gave me your individual pivotal moment. But talk about as a couple. I mean, because I love and what you portray outside of here, that's y'all. That's not pretend. You're like that all the time.
Absolutely.
So give me some pivotal moments.
I'm gonna just kind of start. This is like way back when me and Randy got married. He was working in corporate America. I've always been an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And when you're a woman who leads, when you're a woman who's independent and you kind of carry that power, in my opinion, it's very hard for a husband and wife to be a team.
Yeah.
Because it's like there's two different people. There's kind of like this power thing, you know, there's this male ego, this woman ego. But one thing that I can say about Randy is he's always been supportive and he's always seen the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And because he was in corporate America, but he was getting his degree, so he's getting his degree in business and marketing. He was able to make the decision to leave corporate America and see the bigger picture.
Okay.
And I think it was so pivotal for me because, you know, at the time before we got married, I was in the salon. I did it all. I did the clients. I shared with the clients. I had to answer the phone. I had to go to the meetings. And when he stepped in, it relieved a lot of pressure off of me because all I needs to do now was be the stylist and perform.
Yeah.
And for him to be able to do that, and I'm gonna say, quote unquote, put his ego to the side, but see the bigger picture of where we could go.
Yeah.
That was so pivotal because you came in the business and you brought so much value that I would have to pay for thousands of dollars for somebody else, but because he was my partner, my husband, he said, "Hey, I'm gonna walk away from corporate America." I mean, you was there with me all the time anyway.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, where I was in my position, I'm a very observant person.
Yeah.
But my education has me overthink things. So I would literally be in there doing the math on all the people in the room and salaries and things, and I'm looking at, if someone can pay these people this much money, how much are you making?
Yeah.
Right.
And they used to frustrate me. So then I would observe my wife, and I'm like, man, how much money could she make?
Yeah.
All she had to do was hair.
Yeah.
And that was really my motivation. It wasn't, but it was also peace of mind for her in doing hair, because she, you know, when it's, you know, people always say you brag on your wife, but no, when you marry the best, you just marry the best.
Okay.
It just is what it is.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, and I just wanted to see how far it could go.
Yeah.
You know, and once she allowed me to become a part of her situation, I was just like, man, Now look what I can do for her. And that's when I started doing research and saying, you know what, I want to see how you can do it in the world. You know, that's how she ended up placing third place in the world twice. And I'm not saying in the country, I'm not literally in the world. 2 times, you know, how she's only been placed second only 1 time, and she actually was second place to the one that actually did put the situation together.
Well,
so you know, I've only seen number 1 all the time.
Yeah.
So it was a no-brainer for me. You know, and I mean, I'm offering a natural caterer tour as it's been from day 1. So it just made it real easy to come in and keep doing what I do on a daily basis. People say, man, you're not like that all the time. No, I'm like this 24/7.
24/7.
You know, and it's no matter whether she's mad at me or not, I'm still gonna be the same Randy. Regardless. And you know, you know, it wasn't an ego thing. Not in that level, but ego can play a lot of different roles in your relationship. You know, you can set ego to the side here, but it can actually be emasculated on another side and actually still cause problems. And you know, so that was really for me the most pivotal moment for me was, and you know, we've been married 25 years here in June, and it wasn't until recent within the last year that I realized the true impact of ego. You know, the true impact of pride and, not being willing to truly, it's not about compromise. It's about, you know, she said something to me. She said, you know, we are partners, but we haven't had a partnership. And at first I was like, wow, girl, what you talking about? But then I looked at it through my lenses with her perspective. And that's when I realized what she was talking about. I was like, you know what, let me revamp Randy. Let me revamp because this is my bestie. And the worst thing, she'll tell you, the one thing I hate is when she's not talking to me.
And I won't talk to you.
And she's good at it. So you know, my goals are easy. As long as my wife's talking to me, I'm good. I'm doing things in the way I need to do them because I'm not the right person when that's not happening. So, you know, I try to let guys know it's okay. To adjust what you think is supposed to look like. Ask yourself what you have. What is that supposed to look like? Focus on what you want yours to look like and make yourself happy. You know, this world is a big place. We're a very small, big thing in it.
Right.
How are you gonna make your big even bigger to who is involved and not for what the world's looking at? So that's how I do it.
Well, what I like, you said something earlier, and this is very, to me, important in relationships because a lot of times we are not considering the view of the other partner. And so for you to even say, okay, I'm gonna step out of Randy's zone right now to understand where my wife is coming from, that's big, that's huge because you're not so, and you know, I'm the, you know, old fashioned, whatever. I believe that the man is the head of the home, always. But when the man can sit back and understand the gift that God has given him in a spouse, in a partner, even in your family members, and you can sit and kind of evaluate everything that God has placed around you, and you know how to interject with those things. I mean, to me, that's big. That's winning. That's what winning looks like. So I appreciate that about you. So let's go to the second question. Let's talk about the weight behind the work. Okay. So both of you have built powerful and respectable brands and rooted in excellence. Everything that I see you doing, you do it in excellence, and you put meaning behind it. So most people don't know about the sacrifices that you've had to make, the pain that you've endured. They don't know about the pressures that have come against you. So tell the audience today, have you been able to work through those things? Just give them a glimpse of what that weight has looked like for you.
Oh, Lord.
Well, you know, to be honest with you, the way we've made it is us. It's our relationship. You know, we truly know how to separate. We know how to separate home from business. You know, and we worked on that. But the fact that she doesn't have to do it alone, I don't have to do it alone. I support her businesses just as much as she supports mine. Like it is truly, we are truly working. Yes, we are truly working together. You know, it's not about, hey, you know. So I'll tell you how she set the premise for me. I had walked away. I was playing Mr. Mom, and my wife was doing 40, 50 people a day. And anybody can do the math.
I don't know how in
you
the
can start at
world.
$5. You can see she still
I
was
don't
making
know
a
how in
lot
the
of
world
money.
you did
Sister.
that.
But she came to me and she said, she said, babe, until it's you, it won't be complete.
Wow.
And that's not, she was not trying to boost my ego or anything. But she was saying to me, you see, she walks in excellence all the time. I didn't have that thing at the time.
Yeah.
She needed me to get to my level. And you want to talk about a woman that's going to push a man to get to his level. It's her. She does not allow me to wallow in the mud. And more couples need to understand that this is not a competition. This is not a competition. We're in this together. And if we do it together, we only got so much time. If you do it together, you can spend all that time together, and that's what's most important to us. So that's what keeps us striving through the hard times. We always want to find a way to be together. That's the best motivation for me, because I'm at my happiest when I'm with her.
Yeah.
Well, what do you?
I piggyback off of Randy. Definitely the fact that we are together. We're such a big supporters of each other, and it's an unspoken synergy that we have that we don't even have to speak. But the journey, like just being young Black entrepreneurs, 24 years old, buying a 6-figure building, it was a lot. I mean, we faced so much adversity because at that time nobody was doing that. You know what I'm saying? We were such pioneers, and when you kind of do things that is uncommon, people look at you very weird and different.
Of course.
But if we were a different race, it would be okay. But because we're young and Black, there's two sides to this coin. It was, oh, you guys think you're white, and then there's this other thing of like, oh, we're your drug dealers.
We got all.
We got all. We got
it all, but the good
job. Gauntlet. And the thing was, and anybody knows, me and Randy, like I said, we do things in excellence, but it's not to stand on anybody. It's to be a light. It's not to shine on you. It's to be a light so that you can say, hey, I can do this too.
It's about being an inspiration.
It's about being an inspiration. So I feel like we had so much backlash. I mean, it was horrible.
It was.
And people can look at the success, like the money and the cars and the things, but that does not replace all of the things that you go through behind the closed doors, the depression, this person said this and this person did that. One thing about people know, I don't bother nobody. I don't bother nobody. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I do might bother your spirit, but that's a you thing. That's not a me thing.
Okay.
And so it was just tough. I mean, I went through probably a 2, maybe 3 year stage of depression where I had something happen, and I didn't really go out in the city for like 2 or 3 years.
She would work and just go home.
I couldn't go out because of the whispers and the chitter chatter of something that was really nothing.
Right.
So it was difficult, and I think a lot of those, when you're in a position and you build this foundation and you're making yourself be perceived a certain way because you have this business, a lot of that anger, rage, and resentment that I felt from those experiences played a percentage in my diagnosis.
Right.
So if I know what I know now, I'll be spoken up.
I mean, that kind of goes to the actual name of my podcast is Changing the Narrative.
Yes.
And so that's why I'm having a lot of these conversations, is because of some of the same things that you just talked about, especially in the Black community. What we see in the Black community is a lot of competition. Another couple of young ladies stopped by earlier today, and we had a conversation. We were talking about the same thing right here in Huntsville. When I came back home, I was thinking, oh, I can collaborate with this one. I can collaborate with that one. We can build something here. And then when I got here, I mean, it was so much of a block. I was running up against a brick wall. Like Demi, I think me and you talked about this a lot. But I mean, I hate that it's that way. But I know that people like the two of you, people like me and some others, I think we're commissioned to change that narrative. And that's what we're doing, one thing at a time.
Yes.
So we talked a lot about the pain. Let's talk about the purpose in the pain. Okay. So Randy, you've built your catering experience, Hoodish, and your coaching practice from childhood memories. We've talked about that some.
Yes.
and lived truth,
Mhm.
basically, some things that you've lived out.
Yes.
So tell us how your own pain has informed the way that you lead, you
Mhm.
coach, you cook, and how you show up for others.
I mean, it's just that when you were living in your pain,
Mm-hmm.
you're only present, but
Yeah.
you're not showing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I realized how much of an example I was,
Mm.
not only to as a husband, as a father,
Mm-hmm.
but just as an individual.
Yeah.
And how can you commission someone to be different or change the narrative
Right. Right.
if you're not?
Right.
If you're not,
Not
so
that example. Yeah.
so it is like with the cooking, with my
Mhm.
coaching. When I say it's truly a life's work,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
truly a life's work.
Yeah.
I just don't believe, and it's so funny because God would not even allow me
Mm.
to go into it
Yeah.
until I worked on Randy.
Okay. Okay.
I had to work on me, but
Yeah.
not only did I have to work on me, I had to work on my relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be a facade if you want true change.
Yeah.
You have to be the change to show change,
That's
to
good.
implement it change.
That's good.
So that that's what's the beauty of it. That's where the Sims approach came from, because we live in this simulation.
Yes.
We live in this way that everybody wants us to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody, it's funny, you're born alone and you die alone, but they don't tell you to figure out anything by yourself. They want you to make sure everybody's happy around you.
Yes.
That's not happiness. That's not happiness. Find yourself happy first, and then watch how your circle, watch how your atmosphere becomes clearer. Now it truly becomes a beautiful day every day because you're happy. So that's where it comes from. It just comes from my story.
Yeah.
I actually had to implement and change for myself. Then I had to manifest for myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now the new version, who is being shown and tell to everybody, attracts what I need.
Yeah.
And I want more people to understand it. Take the time for yourself. Evaluate. Then don't be afraid to make a difference.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. You talk about the Sims approach, and actually, my next question had that in it. So I said, "Okay, guys, y'all see how you working this? Okay." So, with the Sims approach, okay, so you talk about it, and with your clients, you talked about it, and he actually came and did. I have a Walking in Your Purpose series going on with my HR business. Randy he graced us as one of the speakers, and he talked about that. He introduced the Sims approach to all the people that came, and we went through that whole practice. So if you haven't tapped into that, reach out to him because he can take you through that as well. But it was so powerful. So it talks about story, implementation, manifestation, and show and tell. So we talked about those things. So how has this framework, and this is to the both of you, how has this framework guided your journey as a couple navigating success and struggles?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think I had a story.
No, okay.
I didn't, and not that I thought I was perfect, but the journey of my life, the way I viewed it, I didn't really have the same struggles that Randy did, and we all have different struggles, but I couldn't really identify mine until later on in life.
Okay,
you know what I mean, and so I just and I guess too, because growing up I was allowed to be, and I was never allowed not to be.
Okay,
and I think that's part of why I could not see my story, because I've always been able to, and I've never had the kind of pushback that Randy has had. So it was kind of different to see.
The thing about people's stories, we are trained to find the story through negative instances of life.
Okay.
So if your life is going kind of like in the way you want it to go, you don't realize that it's still a story.
Right.
You don't realize it, but you have to take everybody out of your story. You have to look at your story. Don't look at the successes. Literally put yourself by yourself. Now evaluate. See, there are things that people don't pay attention to that are what bother you within your story. This is how you start to make differences.
Okay.
Because you may have something like she had a particular instance like she spoke on about where it put her in seclusion for 2 years. To many, that would have been nothing.
Yeah.
But to her, it was detrimental.
Mm-hmm.
She had to face that moment.
Yeah.
See, a story can be yesterday
Mm-hmm.
or it could be 30, 40 years ago.
Right.
But every day it's a story.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to realize that just like you watch a movie all the time.
Yeah.
Every time you watch a movie, it's a story. That's actually a reflection of what life looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So stop taking for granted your walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it may be looking so good to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And ask yourself, can it be just a little bit more perfect?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit more perfect. Because it can.
Yeah.
Trust me, they tell us perfection is not real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They say we can't have peace.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Yeah.
can't we have it in our own way?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We got to do it, though. It's okay to be selfish.
Yeah.
It's okay to be selfish. Take care of yourself. It's called self-care.
Uh-huh.
Take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So that the things that you're involved in will be better.
Okay.
And that's what it's all about.
Okay.
That's what it's all about.
I like how you're talking about, the success, and people look at they think it always has to be associated when you talk about your story to something negative.
Yes.
I was able to persevere through this, and I was able to withstand this. I mean, and that is important.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, you got to have both.
Yes.
You
to
balance.
make the balance picture. So you talk about your successes, you're okay with those, but you also have to interject all those trauma moments because that's what has helped you navigate through. So you can't leave one without the other.
Yeah.
But how do you handle the trauma moments is the question.
Right.
Do you dwell on them and you make that your why? Or do you fix them and make it your reason?
That's good. That's good. I like that. I like that. So let's talk about partnership. And it says partnership under pressure. We've talked about pressure so much, but success can elevate your relationship. You're on top. You feel like you're on top of the world, but pain can expose it. And we talked a little bit about that just a few minutes ago. So it makes it or makes you really think about what you're really made of, or it shows what you're really made of when you can go through that pain. And the real thing comes up. You have to deal with it, right? So what have you learned about partnership? And you talked a little bit about it earlier. The partnership, the communication, and the unity during your hardest seasons. And I'm just going to say this. I've had an opportunity to witness both of you in action together.
Yes.
Demi was here. Randy, we hired Randy to come in and cook for us for Easter. He was our caterer. Food is wonderful, by the way. That's Hoodish Catering.
Yes, ma'am.
Look, if you want some good food, some good healthy food.
There you go.
But anyway, I saw how Demi was behind the scenes. She let Randy be in front. Randy was the one that was out in front with the people. Demi was back here in the caterer's prep area. She was cleaning and everything else, prepping, getting stuff together. And I was, Demi, have you eaten? I was concerned about my sister, right?
Yeah.
She's like, I can get some. I just got to clean, Miss Audrina. I got to get this done. I just got to do this.
Yeah.
But she was there supporting you.
Yeah.
Even when you came and spoke on the segment for the Walking in Purpose, she was here. She was filming. She was making sure you had what you need. And then I saw the reverse. So she had to speak this past weekend at an event. And who was there? Randy. And I mean, you could hear, I heard him before I saw him.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was in the back sitting at another table and the woman was praying and he was like, yeah, amen.
Yes.
I mean, I heard him in the background. I said, okay, there you go. There go Randy G. He done made the scene.
Yes. Yeah.
But I love the way that y'all support each other. You're always there. If you see one, you see the other.
Yep.
I mean, you're not that far behind, but it means something.
Yes.
So I want you to talk about that. Have you learned about your partnership? Tell me what you've learned about it, the partnership, the communication, and the unity in the hardest times.
You know what? I actually like this woman.
Well, that's important.
No, I really do.
Yeah.
I don't have to really get into a big blown out thing. I really like this woman.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, I love her to death, but I like her. And one thing about when you really like something, you can't wait to get back to it.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't wait. You don't want to let it go.
Yeah.
And that's how I am. I mean, I asked her yesterday, I said, did you ever have someone that just adores you as much as I do? She said, I never thought about it.
I never thought about it.
But I do I hold this
yeah.
woman that's, I mean, she's just like the most precious thing to me.
Yeah.
And it's because I like her so much, you know, and it's, you know, you always want to try to find this hard answer. But it's not.
Yeah, it's not. It's simple.
This is a simple answer for me. I mean, I really like this woman, and so you're always going to see me. You're always going to make sure I'm always going to make, because when you like something, you want it always to be great.
Right.
You know, and you can love anything.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna like it all. So I mean, that's just my simple way of just telling you that's me for me.
That's
yeah.
Okay.
I feel the same thing about Randy. I think when it comes to the partnership piece is like Randy said, we've been partners, but we've never not necessarily had a partnership.
Okay.
And I think that is because what Randy has endured has not allowed him to trust. When you're in survival mode for a very long time, even when you come into a space of safety, you might still be living in your own mind of survival mode and not understand that I have a partner. I want to create this partnership. So it's kind of more of a trust issue and not a trust issue. Like it's if you don't trust me, but you don't trust me with your safety because your safety had been abandoned and jeopardized. You know what I'm saying? And so from day one, you my partner. We partnered with a partnership like what's mine is yours is mine. You know, I've never questioned that. And I think that his partnership, what he valued as partners, it was a little bit different. It was, you know, it was a little bit different. So I feel like going through this diagnosis really just shined a light on what true partnership means and really understanding that neither one of us are in survival mode. You know what I'm saying? Like we're here. I got you. If you fall, I got you. Period. Like you don't have to worry about that. But and to piggyback off of the like thing, and I always say that I would rather be liked than loved and respected overall. Because we love people, but I don't fool with you because I don't like you. Now, if I like you, I fool with you, but I might not like or love you, but if I respect you, it's a totally different thing. So I think that you have to have the like for sure and the respect. Love gonna be love.
Love gonna be.
I love you.
Yeah, I mean,
but if I don't like you, baby, it's gonna be rough.
It's
gonna be
rough.
rough.
It's a different thing.
It is.
It's a different thing.
It is.
It's a different thing.
Wow.
But I think that truly that's the reason why we're still together. It's because she likes me. As a matter of fact, I just told her that. I said the only reason why you still with me is because you like me.
I like you. I like you a lot.
Because she could have abandoned the ship alone.
Yeah. But I mean, that's just what a true partnership is.
It is.
I mean, you know, if you're in it, you're gonna be in it together, regardless, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's move to the next question. So the cost of being the strong ones. So you both pour into others. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I know one night you had invited me and my husband over for Randy's 50th birthday party. And to see the sheer joy in this man's face, I mean, it was his party.
Yes.
And he was serving everybody. So I've seen it. I've seen both of y'all. You just give and give and give to others. So your clients, the audiences and the communities that you engage in, you give to everybody. So what has it cost you to be the ones that people depend on, even while carrying your own stuff?
I think a lot of times because we get in this space of carrying so much and people see that, they don't know that you can still be suffering. And when you suffer, it's like the audacity.
Right.
Like you're yeah, baby, I'm suffering. I'm tired. I am tired. I am tired, and I am all about serving. I know that we are all here to serve, but sometimes you have to serve yourself,
right?
Because you get in a space, you don't do the self-care, you get the stress, you get all these things, and then everybody's like, "Oh my God, why you didn't take care of yourself?"
Oh,
well, what happened?
Then they reflect.
Well, why you didn't call somebody? Well, why you didn't ask for help?
Yeah.
Because you always think that I'm the strong one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then sometimes too, I think in the beginning of the journey, when you are the strong one, you just embody that because everybody's coming to you.
Yeah.
You're the fix-it person. You're
Yeah.
getting the hits of dopamine. You're wearing the cape. It's like, and so you feel good about serving, but then when you get in your alone time, when you're faced with something, then you're left empty.
Yes. That part,
and then you're left, and then you're left empty. So,
and by yourself,
and
because they're not the same people
by
not
yourself,
coming to.
nobody's coming to save you. You're drowning.
Right.
They ain't gonna throw you a raft.
None
of that.
And it's not intentional.
Or is it? Or is it not?
I don't think it's always intentional.
Oh,
We'll talk about that.
Now I do believe that some people do use you, but I don't think it's a majority. I do believe that hurt people, when they're fixed, they're happy with being fixed. So why would they look for a hurt person? Now everybody's not that good, but a lot of people, and you notice it when you start noticing your fruits of your labor, and you'll be, because you'll have this person is boom, 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 but then they come to you and they praise you. You're like, oh, so you remember that? And I know this because I've lived this, and it's so now what I have to learn is I have to be careful with what I have. You can't be so free to just give it because you have it.
Okay,
I
like that.
You have to learn to do your own evaluation before you make that step,
right?
So that you don't put yourself in those lonely moments, because once you help someone, they're gone and you're literally alone. People don't really understand how lonely it is to be at the top.
Right.
It is a very lonely place.
Yeah.
And it's not because people don't want to be around you. I've learned that people don't know how to get to you. They don't know how. I mean, that's just like if Jay-Z's in the room, you know you want to go there, but how are you going to get there?
Yeah.
That's how it is, no matter what level high it is. So you have to just learn how to use that discernment to stop helping everybody. And nothing wrong with help. Nothing's wrong with help.
Right.
But you have to learn who and who not to give your energy to. Because at the end of the day, you're going to exaggerate all that energy. And you're going to be the one that's depleted. And they're going to be excelling. And then they're going to come to you and say, you should have took care of yourself.
You should have done a better job. Listen, I know I'll share this. My grandmother had told me one time, I was going to her and, we were talking, and she was saying, I was telling her all the things that I was doing. And I'm like, Grandma, I just don't understand how people, people this and people that, and then they just don't appreciate anything that you do for them. And, I was just having one of those little moments. And she said, well, Drina, and just so simple, the word of the wise. So she said, Drina, she said, well, did you have to take that on? Was it them or was it you?
Yeah.
And when she said that, I was like, whoa. And I said, Grandma. She said, well, baby.
Oh, yeah.
They get that baby. And I said, well, Grandma, I said, you know what? You sure told the truth, because they didn't ask for that.
There you go.
I saw a need with me and the giving heart that I have. I saw the need, but everything is, and I think I made a post about this not too long ago. Be careful what you attach yourself to.
There you go.
Because everything is not for you to do.
There you go.
We see a need, we're givers. So we see a need and we go after it, but that is not always our assignment.
There you go.
And just like you, I agree wholeheartedly to what you just said. We have to know the difference. We have to have that discernment.
You do.
So the same discernment that we have to be able to notice the needs, we have to have that discernment to say, hey, is this my attachment? Is this what I'm supposed to do? Is this my assignment? If it's not, then okay, God, give me the grace to keep on walking.
There you go.
I'm pray for this person that God connects them to whoever needs to be connected to, but it ain't for me.
There you go.
So I agree with that. So let's talk about identity beyond the accomplishments. Okay. So with so many accolades, and you get a lot of those. You got publications. I'm telling y'all got to go to this girl's website. Publications, awards, same thing for you, Randy. Brand features, national recognition. So how do you stay grounded in who you are, not just what you do?
Why you gotta be different?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm just me.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that when people see me, I can be a little standoffish, but I'm also the type of person that if I'm in a room full of people, I'm gonna stand in the corner because I'm an energy reader. I'm not a like, oh hi, my name is Demi, like nice to meet you. No, I gotta stand off so I can see your energy. Randy is a totally different person. But if people really get to know me, I am funny. Like I'm so much fun. Like I'm so hilarious. Randy, like I just. But also people that have rolled up with me and they know me, they would be like, she ain't never changed. She's funny, she crazy. You don't know what she might say, what she might do. And I'm just that person, but I'm also an introvert. I'm very much so an introvert, and I know that's kind of weird. And I can be an extrovert on like for purpose, but like I get overstimulated very, very quick. But once you get to know me, I'm really just and I don't know. I mean, I've just never been like, oh, well, I got this and I've done this and da 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 because I mean,
well,
I don't know.
But you know, we've really literally all lived in our own world.
Yeah, well, I can say
we haven't really overly attached ourselves to things.
Yeah, I can say that.
So, you know, whereas we haven't had to change to be impressive or change to show you what we're doing. We just live in our life.
Right.
You know, and we live life like we feel like everybody else. You should always be living your life for bigger and better.
Yeah.
So why should you bring in this false persona of what you're supposed to be going for?
Right.
But we can still be us, and you know, hey, you know, you can have us right now, and then we walk outside and somebody put $1 million in our car. We still gonna be the same people. We just gonna have $1 million.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, just seriously, it just is what it is. You know, and I don't have to go and tell anybody that somebody did it because we still walk the same way.
Yeah, and I feel like even when we were at the height of our success, the car, I mean, we
didn't had it all, Jesus.
Bentleys and SC430s and Escalades and let me have all the clothes off the rack. We've never been the people that's unapproachable. Now, how you perceive that, that's a you thing.
That's right.
That's a you thing. That's not a me thing. But I just never. It's stuff.
It's just things.
It's things. I mean, it's.
It's a lot of people out here that are shining and nobody even knows they have a light on.
Hey, come on, somebody.
How they shining up?
Yeah, but
in their corner.
But you gotta ask yourself what shine look like.
What is it? Well, and she just talked about perception.
Shine to me is peace.
For everybody.
Shine to me is peace. Oh, you know, it's just peace.
Yeah,
it's peace. I've learned that boy would be the made the money.
Yeah,
but we were not happy. Choosing peace. And living in your purpose. It's so, even when it's hard to make a payment, it's a lot better. It's a lot better. Now you're gonna appreciate when you get to whatever level is right there for you because you looked at both sides of the fence. I like that happy side. I love that happy side.
I like it too.
Yeah.
I like it too. Okay, so let's talk about coming on the backside of this. Let's talk about the legacy. Okay, legacy thinking. And I've met both of your daughters. They're just as beautiful as they can be. Real nice, very mannerable. So y'all have done a wonderful job with the two of them. But when you look at everything that you've built, Hoodish Catering, Softballs, Demi Howell and Company, your coaching, your brand strategy, what legacy do you want people to feel, not just remember about you?
We did it our way. We did it our way, even when it looked crazy to everybody. We've always done things our way, and regardless of where we land in life, we've always landed on top. You know what I mean? There's this general blueprint of how you should work in relationships and parenting and entrepreneurship and in the world and all those things. We've done it our way. And we don't care. We unapologetically, and even our daughters, they're just like us. And even when the odds are stacked up against you, we did it our way.
I like that.
We did it our way.
I like that.
Yeah.
You got something to add to that?
I mean, it's just that is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, even when people say that's not right, we'd be like, no, it's not right for you, but it works for us.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way it is. We just realize that at the end of the day, it's only about us. It's not the other pieces to the puzzle don't matter.
Yeah.
It's only about us, and we have to make sure that our daughters understand that your road is your road. Control your road.
Right.
And if you do that, success is going to be there for you wherever you go.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that. So we're going to get ready to close out. So if you had to describe the chapter that you're currently living in, with its victories, its challenges, because you still have challenges, and with the unknowns that are coming, what would you call it, this chapter right now? What would you call it, and what is it teaching you?
I would probably call it the road to resilience.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I think
that's your next book.
Yeah, I know it should be. I know. I would say the road to resilience because it's been a hard year.
Yeah,
it's been. Oh my God, it has been. I mean, we've faced
a lot,
but this year just ripped us apart.
Speaking of 2025,
when I say it ripped, and when I mean it just obliterated. Okay. You can't plan for a rainy day when this is a tsunami, and when you dealing with it's just raining. It might be wet outside. You might get your shoes, but when you're dealing with a tsunami, baby, the terrain is totally different. We on a different terrain, and we shifted, and we both have shifted and evolved into two totally new people because I had to do my own work and Randy had to do his own work. But we bumped heads like it's like war. It's like, baby, you're gonna go through war. But the resilience, the resilience in being able to look at yourself and see, was I the villain, the victim, or the victor? What role did I play? And really admit to yourself and take that accountability and sit with it.
That's the important
part.
Now
you gotta sit with it now. That's gonna be uncomfortable. And you're gonna talk yourself out of it and be like, you gotta sit with that thing.
Right.
You gotta sit with that thing in order to come back unified, not as the same people, but as a renewed person.
Oh, that's good.
You understand? So this season for us is about resilience, and what I can say is that we are probably better now than we've ever been.
Wow.
And like we've been, like Randy said, this year will be 25 years, and we've been together practically 24/7 every day since dating. Since dating. So I would just say resilience.
That's good. That's good. How you gonna top that? Go ahead.
Oh well, it's easy for me.
Go ahead.
When you ask that question, first thing that came to my mind, I get goosebumps as I think about this. It's about time. And it's not about her, it's about me. It's about time. You pray for things your whole life and you don't know how to pray. You just know how to say. But then when I realized that I need to go back and re-pray the right way. And start asking for the things the right way, but ask for those things with me being correct inside of my prayer. And once I started allowing God to work on the man, and I started extracting all those things that taint the marriage. That's when I tell you, snowball. See, people say God's timing is God's timing. But when you time right with God, the snowfalls happen. And I don't even have to ask sometimes. All I have to do is blink. And he is dropping all. I told her, I said, babe, he answered prayers that I was praying for you.
Wow.
All because of obedience. And learning that discipline is not getting beat, but it's about understanding what you're supposed to be doing. And once I figured that part out, and he said, this is what discipline look like, son. Baby, people can't slow me down now. He gave me my old goals back. I have abandoned my goals.
Wow.
That means I abandoned my wife. But I
Mm-hmm.
told her my goals are back and I'm back on track.
Yeah.
So this about time.
Yeah.
And I want more people to have that moment.
That's good.
Because when it's about time and the time is now,
Mm-hmm.
the sky's just the beginning.
Oh wow. He
Okay.
said it's the beginning. Not the ending. He said the sky and not the limit. You know, they say the sky's the limit. No, he said the beginning. That's I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So do y'all have anything else that you want to leave tell the audience before we get out of here?
I think the biggest thing in relationships, partnerships, entrepreneurships, like business, it's about roles and positions. Okay. It's about roles and positions, and you have to know what your role and your position is and what you're good at. Not what the world told you should be good at, but what are you good at that's going to get us to this end goal. And those things shift. But I think a lot of times in marriages, we tend to go with the old foundational principles. Ain't nothing wrong with that, okay? Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, in a realistic life, it's the roles and the positions, because a lot of us women, we're following and we're submitting, and your leader don't even know where he's going.
You're right.
I'm on this. Your leader don't know where he going, and it's okay. It's not to belittle him, but what I need you to do is get into your quiet space and hear where you're supposed to be going, so that you can lead your wife where she needs to lead, and let her be in the role and position if she has to be for this moment. And not let the ego get in the way. But on the flip side of that, women, especially independent women, you have to have that spirit of discernment to understand when you might have to kind of let that ego go, girl. Be soft. Let your man lead. So it's a push and it's a pull. It's a push and a pull, but you got to be honest with yourself and say, I need you on this.
Yes, that's good. That's good. That's good.
What?
She preached the whole sermon.
She a bad girl.
She is a bad girl.
If I could tell people anything, understand how important you are.
Yes.
Understand how important you are. I really want people to take their life serious. Stop allowing the outside noises to affect your life. You can't get the best of it out of it all if you're not the best for who you are. And not to be insensitive, but that's in whatever your past may have looked like.
Absolutely.
You can't wallow in it. Show it up by showing up. So, time is not promised to no man.
That's
so
right.
I will tell anybody anytime, cherish your time and protect your time.
That's good. That's good. Well, I thank y'all. Oh my God, this has been wonderful.
Thank you,
wonderful. I thank y'all for being honest.
Absolutely.
Honest, open, and transparent. That's all I've ever known since I've known y'all.
Yeah.
Randy, I've been knowing you, since you were smaller.
So crazy.
Since little child.
Right. Little baby now.
Baby now. But Demi and I connected on Facebook, and it was it was just like I was drawn to her. I was listening. She was talking about some of her journey, and I was just connected to her. And I think I sent you, I messaged her, and I said, girl, you got a powerful story. I said, you need to tell this. You need to, and not knowing who she was then, I just knew I had connected to the story that she was telling. I had never lived that, but it was so powerful. I was like, girl, other people need to hear this. And I think we connected that way. We were connected, been connected since. But it's just, that's what I'm saying. When you live your life in a certain way, you attract the people along the way that God has in your path that you're supposed to attach to. And I just appreciate both of you for coming in, sharing your story, talking a little bit about your journey. And we just kind of touched on the
Yeah.
surface. It's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Yes.
But I appreciate you for coming and being open and transparent, because a lot of what you said today is going to help so many people.
Yes.
So I just want to say thank you
Thank
for
you
that.
for having
thank you for
And
having
y'all be back. Now she coming back.
Yes.
We're having a all girl
Oh,
segment.
man,
So
I can't
yeah,
wait for that
she
one.
gonna come back for that one.
Can I be a fly
Y'all
on the
keep
wall
up.
for that
You
one?
come, you
I
to the
just
audience.
want to be in the audience for that one.
You can be in the audience. But listen, I thank y'all for coming.
Thank you so much.
And we'll have you back again.
Sure.
But I thank you for tuning in today. And if you were not blessed with this, I mean, my God, there were so many nuggets of wisdom that were dropped and placed throughout the whole discussion. I mean, it was just a real conversation. And I just thank them for coming. I thank you for tuning in. And just wait, we have more coming. We have some other people coming in. We're going to sit down and we're going to continue the conversation. We're going to be talking about the success behind the journey. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Journey Behind the Success Leadership Edition. Here, every story reminds us that greatness is built in the unseen moments. Until the next time, I want you to keep leading with purpose, keep growing with courage, and remember that your journey is shaping a success story of its own. Come back and join us the next time on the Journey Behind the Success.